Ladies and gentlemen, Ukulele Bill here for another exciting show. Or is that shoe? Oh, whatever. This is called Played on the Corner. Played on the corner outside of CVS. Pretty good reception. School bus went by, great audience. Audience is always great. Came home, ate oatmeal for supper, changed, sat on the porch. Sun coming in, felt great, worked in the yard. I raked leaves under the bushes, raked pine cones under the huge pine tree in the backyard. Sun felt good. Went walking the cemetery. Left the kitchen door open for a while to let the warm air in. Another exciting day for Ukulele Bill. Yeah, everybody thinks because I'm a professional entertainer out here, folks. Yes, I do also yard work. Only my own yard, nobody else's. Okay, this one is called Responsibility. Ladies and gentlemen, wait until you hear this one. My wife tells me I do not need a house. It seems when there's things to be done around the house, I seem not to want to do them. Whenever needs be done, at least 4 notes have to be written, scotch taped all over the place. According to her, one room with ukulele, pads, and TV, bedroom, bathroom, assistant living. I do not need a house. Sell a house. No more responsibilities. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, around the house, I take care of the outside and remodeling the inside. But when it comes to responsibilities, writing notes, I hate writing notes, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, this one here is growing up. Here we go. Growing up in the 50s and 60s. Not today's kids. They could not survive. They have all the modern conveniences. Well, we used to stay out all day. Used to make our own fun. We used to build rafts, ride bikes. They used to jump rope, find the button. Played football in fields. We used to ride 3 on a bike. No internet. No answering machines. 3 TV channels. No remote. Calculators. Cell phones. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, today's kids could not survive in the 50s and the 60s. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called Shiny Pennies. My albums are not going as great as I would like them. Why am I going to the studio record 2 more albums. I'm not doing that well, however, have the bug. I am doing what I did not want. When I was standing out, I was starting out, baby. We'll never receive royalties. I will never receive 12,000 views, no matter. I will not quit. I have too much at stake. I love music. Do what I wanted. Nothing else. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, when I started, when I was 6 years old, I thought I would never get to where I am today, but all right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, now, in today's generation, back in the 50s and 60s, you were safe. Well, we felt that we were safe. We knew what we had. We knew what we didn't have. We had friends. But today's generation, folks, I hate to sing this song, but I hate to say it, it's true. When you walk down the street, don't talk to people that you meet. They may take out a gun and shoot you. In Massachusetts, do not have enough prisons. Sometimes they end up putting the criminals back on the street. It's horrible, ladies and gentlemen. Send them out of the country to the worst prisons. Government treat criminals better than veterans. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe it costs something like $70,000 a year for each criminal that's in prison. They give them a place to sleep, 3 hot meals a day, recreation room. One thing is you can't go outside of the 4 walls or the prison. But, we have veterans that are homeless. And these are the people that fought for our freedom, for this country, for the way it is. I guess government makes a lot of money as far as prisons go. Hey, listen. All right, ladies and gentlemen, hey, that's life. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is called Finer. Okay. Nothing could be finer than to eat oatmeal and seacock in the morning. Nothing could be finer than to eat a round egg biscuit sandwich with no cheese at McDonald's in the morning. Nothing could be finer than to eat soup at home in the afternoon. Nothing could be finer than to eat at Davenport's, East Providence, and Sunday afternoons. Boy, will I get in trouble for that. Nothing could be finer than Thursday afternoons. 2 o'clock at Channel 9. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, where do I pick up my titles from? This old brain of mine keeps on thinking. This is called Ukulele. How did I get that title, folks? Okay. My mistake, I feel, was hoping in a field, was to pick the wrong instrument. In Hawaii, I'd do better, but it's up to me to make with the ukulele. Folks, I will make the ukulele the most popular instrument to use. In today's music world, as a ukulele Bill, it is my mission to be nominated as Performer of the Year. Man, what a mission I am on, folks. I'm getting in there, ladies and gentlemen, and I feel stronger every day. Okay. All right. Now, ladies and gentlemen, this is Walking in Barrington. Now, maybe the people in Barrington just might like the song, ladies and gentlemen. Okie dokie. Walked Maple Avenue, left on Barrington Avenue. Went in, saw the houses with their 3-car garages, Millionaires Row, Atlantic Crossing, number 4, what a house. They're all beautiful houses. I'll never be able to afford to live there. But now I'm coming up to Volpe's Pond with no change. Well, what a waste of money that was. Just like all my clothes I bought. Looks like my albums I recorded. Why 2 more? A number have 10 albums. No one will care but me. Ladies and gentlemen, as I mentioned before, I've decided not to record those 2 more albums. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's life. All right, ladies and gentlemen, now this song here is called Scams. And, you have to know, ladies and gentlemen, when it is a scam or when it is not a scam. But here we go. As we grow older, some of us notice the economy changes overnight. As we get accustomed with one change, something else new comes into view. The news today is always bad. At my age, any political stuff, I do not care anymore, folks. I know what is on Facebook. Things are scams. However, too many senior citizens seem to believe what the politicians say. They might be Democrats. Getting back at Trump. Well, some of the ladies and gentlemen, that's life today. Okay, folks? Okay, here we go. Hey, here's a song here. You gotta hide my poker face. Here we go. All right. Why do I always want to find out about other entertainment folks while I cannot figure out my own? Is it because I do not want to see the mistakes? Will I ever become famous? We'll never find out. It takes the luck of the draw. Never good at playing cards. luck of the draw will tell. I remember playing poker. Gave it all away by my face. Instead of quitting while I was ahead of the game, I went on and lost. I've lost a lot. Now get back into the game and become more professional. Already professional. Well, I gotta hide my poker face. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, if you ever played cards, you just looked around to the other people's eyes, and you could tell when they, when they think that they have a good hand or when they have a bad hand. I haven't played poker in so long, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, listen, I'm only trying to be more professional, okay? Hey, but I'm in there, folks, and I'm not going to quit because I'm a fighter. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I think a lot of us have a lot of problems. Not all of us, maybe, with weight and food. Well, here we go. Having trouble with weight. Went to 61 on Block Island to stay. With a buffet breakfast. Had hot cakes, French toast, potatoes, fruit, maple syrup, muffins. Then I had 2 hamburgers a day at the Old Harbor Takeout. You go on vacation, you cheat, spend a lot of money, stay now, pay for it later. I used to get down to the 4th notch in my belt. Need to watch what I eat now. Harder to lose the weight when you get older, but none of those gummies for me. But when I get frustrated, I eat more. I don't know about you folks, but when I get frustrated, been doing that now for a while, but okay. Let me see. Oh, politicians immune. Yeah, this is that political stuff, huh? But ladies and gentlemen, this is all life. This is what you learn when you get in your 70s. Okay. Long marriages on TV. Always see couples dancing and putting on a front. Why? Can't I be like other husbands? According to my wife, all husbands do everything for their wives. Well, her nephew does a lot for his wife. He is strong, does not have health problems like I have health problems. Well, do not get very much appreciation. I'm usually do not talk about politics. I can't do anything about it. However, ain't it strange? When election time is when they change things up for better. Well, politicians make strange bedfellows. Oh, I don't know about that, folks. Oh, it never happened. When doing the year, well, let's face it, politicians, well, when they take them off their job, if they're union, they make mistakes, folks, but still collect their same pay. They get immune from crimes, but should not get paid. But ladies and gentlemen, they still get their pay. I don't know, ladies and gentlemen, but I mean, just think, if it works for them, shouldn't that work for us? But we're not politicians. Hey, what can I say, folks? I know nothing. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is called Remodel. When remodel bathroom. Remember, you see the color of the tiles? You see once they put down the tiles with cement, they cannot take them back up. Well, they had blue and white tiles, blue paint on the walls, but they chose a brown tint for the floor. I raised the flag. Looks like a pair of brown dress shoes on a tuxedo. Look bad, bad, bad. Oh, God. Can you imagine, putting brown tiles on a blue and white walls and painted blue? Ooh, man, I thought I was colorblind. Ladies and gentlemen, this is called Lost. I've always feel like I'm lost in space. Here we go, folks. Have you ever tried to explain things to someone who does not understand what is going on? You try, however, you cannot make that person understand, and you're talking plain English. Instead of trying to relax the other person, they just keeps on saying, "What's going on?" I cannot stand nitpicking. Well, you can't take the money with you. A lot of money, okay, but when you're talking a couple of dollars, who cares? I spent thousands of dollars, make no money, then fight over $2. Does not make sense. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is called Those Days. Okay, those days had bonfires at churches barn. Used to play hockey, football, basketball, baseball, rode bikes, swam at McHale's Pond, went fishing, went to nightclubs. TV only had 3 channels, heavy black phones, dial the number, no push buttons, cell phones, calculators, less cars. If 10 cars went through Baker's Corners in an hour, that was a lot of traffic. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's see if I can get one more song. Oh, boy. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's like, looks like it's about almost ready. Through with my show. Well, ladies and gentlemen, they tried something new today. And, hey, Caroline fixed it all. Hey, all right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I always have fun here. And so, hey, good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And though it's always sweet sorrow to part, you know you'll always remain in my heart. Good night, sleep tight, and pleasant dreams to you. Here's a wish and a prayer that every dream comes true. And now till we meet again, adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. And remember, folks, as Lawrence Welk says, keep a song in your heart. Oh, and this one here could probably do it. This is Trust People Better. We had black and white TV, the rag man, the neighbors and the fish man. No welfare, EBT cards. Did everything with paper and pencils. Had to wait up sometimes for 2 weeks about results for the test. We had no Route 95. Life was simple. No answering machines. We had 2 party lines. $0.69 gallon of gas. They pumped changed the oil, cleaned the windows, used to get glass, maybe Porky Pig, maybe Bugs Bunny. And then you got S&H green stamps. You filled out the books, and then you went to the Redemption Center, got something for nothing. Now you got to pump your own gas, which is a heck of a lot more than the 69 cents a gallon. You have AI, you have computers. Everything was supposed to make life easier and more pleasant. But as far as I'm concerned, ladies and gentlemen, let's go back to the 50s and 60s when we knew what was going on. Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Take care. Bye-bye.